waiting for people to come in. How you doing, Dr. Nocho?
I am well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good despite
Good.
this COVID-19
Yes.
situation that's going on. We were just waiting for people to come into the room. I'm trying to be distant. You see my distance. She told me to move.
We're trying it.
She said move. So we're trying to practice social distance while we're in here. But we're coming on because we've had a series of clients and patients who has contacted me, and one of the issues is being home alone.
Yes.
Whether it's home alone with the spouse or home alone with just themselves, and what do they do with themselves?
Yes.
Now that they're home alone, what is it that they get a chance to do? We'll do something about anxiety later. I think we touched on depression, but we'll do something about anxiety later. But they're concerned with, what do I do with myself, because I can't really go anywhere. You're supposed to not, be in the store as often as you're in the store. Limit your time of going into the store.
Yes.
2 weeks supplies, I think, is what they're telling us to do. But most of it, you have to stay in the house. Now, here's the thing. Dr. Nocho, they got to stay in the house with themselves.
This is very difficult.
One of the problems is people don't know what to do with themselves
Yes.
when they're in the house, and I think it's because, and you can chime in on this. I think that they don't really know themselves as well as they thought they did. I think that they were going, doing day-to-day
Yes.
situations, but they really never took time to understand even themselves.
Yes, I agree.
And so now that they're home by themselves, what to do with them is an issue.
It's an issue. Yes.
All right. So you can work out. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can work out. You can do yoga. There's a game. It's not really a game. It's called a Spell Your Name workout, where it has different things that you can do on a list. It gives you, if you use your initials of your name, like jumping jacks, yoga, push-ups. You can do that together, or you can do it by yourself. And if you're by yourself, you can read to pass the time. Watch a little bit of television. Pass the time.
Now I want to chime in on something, because there's only but so many times a day that you can really work out.
Absolutely. Except
you're one of the gym rats, but you may work out one good time a day.
Yeah.
But listen to this. The reason why I'm telling you to read is because there is a connectivity that happens within the brain. It develops your skills in terms of communication.
Yes.
You can be a tremendous communicator if you're a good reader.
Amen.
So you need to become a good reader. So
That's
I
right.
am telling you to read, and I think I put some posts up already about the fact that I need you to read.
Yes.
So you want to be a good communicator, you need to be a good reader.
Right.
So I want you to do that. It also stimulates the brain.
Yes.
So you need to read. You need to exercise that brain. And one of the ways of exercising that brain is by reading.
By reading.
All right.
And you don't have to read. Not only do you can read all kinds of novels. You can read magazines.
Anything that
books,
interests you.
Anything that stimulates your brain.
Anything that interests you
Yes.
is what you need to spend
Yes.
time doing. So you do need to spend time reading. The other part of that is you should start putting together a daily or weekly regimen.
Yes.
Try going to bed on time, and then find a time to go to bed and find a time to get up.
Yes.
And then fill your day with some activities. Here's some
Yes.
things you need to do. It's good meal planning time.
Yes.
This is a good time to reassess you.
Mm-hmm.
Do a body scan about, how you feel. Like, where does some of the anxiety or pain lodge in your body?
Yes.
For some people, it's in the neck, and some people, it's
Right.
it's in their arm, it's in their legs.
Yes.
It's in their stomach. Do a good body scan. It's also good to think about who are you, and the way you come to find out who you are is by your beliefs.
Yes.
Your core beliefs, your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
will tell you who you are.
Yes.
The things you think about the most will tell you who you are. So it's good for you to start discovering who are you.
It's also a good thing, Dr. James. I believe in this time it's a good thing to journal. To journal what your thoughts are. Journal the things that you think you to do to kind of ease your mind, calm you.
That's a good coping skill for coping mechanism.
Yes.
For anxiety, depression,
Yes.
other mental health things, but it's also good for nutrition.
It is.
What did you eat?
Yes.
For instance, I know if I ate a lot of corn, I'm going to have some bloating.
Yes.
And I know that if I went to the movies and had some popcorn, I know I'm bloating, right? So you could do a food journal. You can also do a thought journal. You can do an experience journal.
Yes.
There are things that you could do. Now, here's the thing. You also need to dance.
Yes.
You need to use music, and you need to dance. Dancing will bring out listening to music. Let's go sitting and listening to music.
Listening to music. Yep.
Memories, thought life, experiences
And
about
calming.
things. It could be calming.
Yes.
Studies show though reading is more calming than music.
Yes.
But music can bring out a lot of emotion in an individual.
Yes.
You would be surprised at the emotions that come out of you when you start listening to music. Dancing is a huge thing for you to do while you're home alone. Dancing. So let me go to couples. You may enjoy the person because you're coming and going.
Yes.
But now that you're in a house with them a few hours a day, you're going to find out you don't know your mate as well as you thought you did.
Yes.
And for some people, you don't even like them.
Oh wow.
For some people, you found out that you don't like a lot of their habits.
Yes. Yes.
You don't like a lot of the conversation. Notice I didn't say communication. I said conversation.
Right.
Conversation is different from communication. Conversation is an invite to share opinion and thoughts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Communication goes to the level of agreement.
Yes.
That is totally different. It comes to a point of understanding. So when we're communicating within a level of understanding.
Yes.
When you're having a conversation, it can go any kind of way. It could turn a corner.
Turn left.
Oh my God. And conversation, a lot of people spend more time having conversations than they do having communication. And I'm going to have to do a whole new show about communication in terms of what communication is and how do you really get to the point of communication. But you will find out that there are habits, there are norms, there are nuances,
Yes.
there's a way of life that you and your mate don't agree on. Now, when you first got together, you probably had a little more things that you agreed upon, but as you got a little older in the relationship, and as you grow older in yourself, for instance, you no longer like meatloaf like the person thought you did. There's certain parts of sex that you don't really enjoy that you thought you did, or you want more than you thought you did, and then the other one is not there. So you gotta rediscover your relationship. First, rediscover yourself by examining your own beliefs, your own thoughts, because remember, your behavior is guided by your beliefs. And once you've done that, then you can pay attention to the other person. And just watch their behaviors for a moment. Seek to understand. In order to be understood, you got to seek to understand. So you pay attention to the person. You listen to the person. You don't have to do a whole lot of interjecting at this point. Just kind of like listen and kind of take it in, watch, make a little note, not in front of them, but make a middle note, and then later on, kind of trying to write it down and take a look at it, because people talk about growing apart, but I want to show you how to grow together as opposed to growing apart. And again, that's a whole another segment that I need to do in terms of how people grow together. But you need to seek to understand each other. Dancing brings out a whole emotion in terms of couples. So you need to dance slow. Do some slow dancing. And it's not the devil. It's not the devil, church people.
That's right.
Dancing is not Satan. In the scriptures, they danced, and that's how they found wives. It was a dance going on. Matter of fact, John was beheaded. The woman was dancing.
She was dancing.
That's how you find out your emotions and your feelings through dance. So dance is good. You need to slow dance.
Hand dance.
You need to hand dance. And you need to dance fast.
That's right.
You need to
shake it a little bit.
You need to shake it a little bit. You need to intrigue one another.
That's right.
Build desire. You need to also learn how to build desire by being very touchy-feely.
Really, yes.
Now, you're in the house. You don't need to be 6 feet apart in the house. Y'all need to be touchy-feely to build desire and also to discover the other person again. And sometimes sitting and looking at each other without speaking.
That's right.
But you can be touchy-feely.
Touchy-feely, yes.
And then when you finally speak, you talk about what you felt.
Yep.
Rediscover the person, what you liked about the person. They may have grown a little heavier than they were when you first met them, but you have to enjoy the plumpness of the person.
The plumpness.
and make plans of working out together so you can lose some of the pounds that you have. But you gotta start being very touchy-feely to build desire. Even when you're friends, you when you're in close proximity like that, you'll find yourself touching them because you're trying to get to know the person.
Right.
You get to know people through your 5 senses. Your 5 senses are very, very important. You get to experience everything through your 5 senses. You either want to smell it, you just want to stare at it, you want to touch it, you want to taste it.
Yes.
You're trying to hear.
Yes.
So through your 5 senses. So being in the house with a person can really be harmful.
Yes.
When you're not accustomed to doing it in that fashion.
That's right.
So you got to start dancing. You got to sing.
Yeah.
You got to read and then talk about the things that you've read together. It's a good time to have sex more. Rediscovering people with through sex. You'd be surprised of what comes out.
That's right.
The emotions that come out, and give yourself permission to have the doggone emotion.
Right.
A lot of people try to hold their emotion, and then you don't want to tell the person you feel what you feel. But I like to discuss it.
Yes.
The feeling. Discuss the feeling that I got when we were doing whatever we were doing. What were the feelings that I got? What feeling did you get?
Yes.
You need to rediscover each other in that area. You need to plan meals.
Yes.
Cook together.
That's right.
Taste the things together in there, and then sometimes feed each other.
Yes. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Feeding each other, giving each other a taste. I don't know why it tastes better from your plate
than it does
from my plate. But at times we do the same thing. I just want to eat off your plate. Those are the kind of things that you can talk about doing.
And Dr. James, I also would recommend, don't always look for the negative in the other person. Always try to find something positive to talk to them about, or to say that you like about them, because that draws each other closer also.
Very good point, Dr. Nocho. So you don't, in order to have a better relationship with a person and you're contained in there with them, do not be critical.
Yes.
You want to not be critical, but you also don't want to compare them to other people. Like you want to say, well, you laugh with them all the time, but you don't laugh with me. Find things that you two can laugh about without saying how much they laugh with another person versus you.
Yes.
I hate when people do that to me anyway. Like, you're always enjoying somebody else, you don't enjoy me. People bring out different things and different emotions, and the way we connect, the connectivity. And my
relationship is different.
Yeah, the connectivity that people have with another person. But right now with you need to find out the connectivity between the two of you, and also not necessarily trying to find out how you connected 10 years ago. Yes. You need to connect
right
now.
Yeah.
Which brings me to this point. This is going to be very important. Some of the anxiety and ill feelings, and some of the reason why you feel so stressed sometimes is because you don't know how to stay in the now.
Yes.
You need to bring your mind where your body is. Your mind and your body needs to come back together and sit right here. What's going on is that you're trying to figure out what's going to happen. What's going to happen in June? What's going to happen in May? What's going to happen? Bring yourself back and stay very present. Enjoy your present. Enjoy your now. That's going to be very important. That will cut out some of the anxiety, cut out some of the stress that's going on with you. Even when it comes to your children, you don't really know them. So you got to spend time talking about things that they think about. This is a good time to find out and help them to their interests.
Yes.
Help them also to take them into new zones.
Yes.
It's called exposure.
Yes.
expose them to different things like literature.
Yes.
Expose them to new online math and science and all those things, so they have options. You want to expose people to things. You know what else is going on if you're in a house, if you're by yourself? I do this because it's just me. Mm-hmm. Even though the kids are around, I look at what I want to be.
Yes.
I look at what I probably want to look like. The fashion that I probably would want to come out with. The way I want to dress. I'm getting older. You want to be stylish, but you still want to be a little conservative.
Yes.
You want to be a little jazzy, but you don't want to go all the way out there.
Right.
You want to become age appropriate, as they say. So I think about what I'm going to look like. Not only do I think about what I'm going to look like, I think about what I'm going to look like inside. Internally, what do I want to look like? What are my thoughts like? Again, I use reading for that. I also use, I do entertain conversations, trading thoughts, opinions, and that sort of thing, to talk about what I want to look at on the inside. Now, that comes to spirituality too.
Yes, it does.
Understanding a little more of the gospel of Jesus Christ, so that I understand my spiritual beliefs. Because my spiritual beliefs also play a great role in terms of my identity.
Yes.
Which is huge for us, because most people cannot talk to you about their identity. Yes. When you ask them who they are, they give you roles.
Yes.
They'd say, oh, I'm this on a job, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a father. I'd be like, those are roles.
But who are you?
Like, every time people come and see me, and I ask them, tell me about you. And they start telling me, I'm a great father, and I'm an executive, and I'm a school bus driver, and whatever it is. That's a role. That's not who you are. And a lot of people are afraid to engage themselves.
Yes, that's true.
And if you're afraid to engage yourself, I guarantee you're afraid
to engage other people. Yes.
On a deeper level.
Yes.
And the reason why we're in such relationship turmoil and problems is because we're too surfacial. Yeah. We treat everybody on the surface.
On the same level. Yes.
Now, I'm talking from a male perspective. I brought a female doctor in because I wanted to know, and I'm going to try and engage another one of our colleagues, a female psychologist, and we're going to do that. She'll be online, and we'll be talking about the same thing. But I wanted to engage a woman in terms of my thoughts about what do you do with yourself, and then what do you do with your mate. What do you do when somebody's in the house? And some of you may have some thoughts or questions that you want to ask us. Yes. Please hit us up. You can inbox me, or you can ask the question. We're more than glad to come online with you, and you can have a one-on-one online session with us. And that number is 240-383-4800. Again, that number is 240-383-4800. We're talking to people from all walks of life.
Yes.
Some of them are executives in corporations. Some have positions in corporations, government workers, all kinds of people. And they're concerned with a few things. One of the biggest things that they were concerned with was being in the house alone, or being in the house with someone who they thought they knew. Yes. The person that they're married to, the person that they live with, and finding out that they're not as comfortable as they thought they did. They also what to do with themselves. Like, I've worked out, I've cooked, I've done that, but what else do I do with myself? You need to really take time to rediscover yourself and reinvent yourself. When you come out of the house finally, what are you going to look like? What is your new presentation going to be like? What is the next level of life for you? What is that going to be like? Learning to train yourself to stay very present in your now space, in your here and your now. How do you deal with that? Who are you? Being able to deal with that. Like, there are things that I can't control. I can't control the virus.
That's right.
I can't control when we're going to go back to work.
That's right.
I can't control, what the government is going to do. Yes. But I can control my own thoughts.
Control me.
I can control me. I can control this house right here. I can control those. So as Dr. Nocho said, when you start writing and journaling, it gives you power.
Yes.
It empowers you and allows you to be able to control things that you're presently dealing with.
That's right.
And you can say, I'll think about that later, or I'll think about that now. Because there's some things you need to put over there.
Yes.
Because you don't need to think about that right now.
Now, that's right.
You need to stay very present with what's going on within yourself and rediscover yourself. But again, I do want to hear from you. And we have opened ourselves up to online conversation, to online understanding, to online mental health coaching and counseling.
Yes.
But also, we talk to a lot of my patients and clients about online exercise.
Yes.
And having one of our trainers, our practitioners, deal with you. There's something called applied exercise psychology that we use. So you can actually work out, and then when one of the counselors or coaches are going to ask you, the thoughts that you have, the feelings that you have, what came out through your exercise, all that kind of thing. And so that's going to be good. It's mind body. You're also going to see us do some guided meditation. We're going to come on. We're going to have some people participating in guided meditation, and we're going to kind of show you what that looks like and let them give you an understanding of the experience. Trying to get people to deal with themselves, their here and their now, is going to be very powerful and important. Yes. Nocho, if you think of anything else that you want to say to people in terms of being confined to the house, when you're with yourself, what do you need to do? How would you handle that? My office has a I guess what I'll call that, a deck. My office goes into a deck, and then there's trees behind there. I can actually step out of my office, my glass door, and go onto the deck, and I can just see trees and beautiful houses. They've got some big, beautiful houses behind me. This community is a beautiful community. But I can step out there. So what I'm saying is, even if I don't step outside, I can look outside my glass door. Yes. And I can just relax. Yeah. Looking out my door. So sometimes you can just step into your own yard. You can step into your own deck, your own front stoop.
Look out your window.
I can't stand people sitting on the front porch, but you can. Oh God, I hate that. But you can step outside, go to your driveway or whatever, turn around and come back in. Yes. Just to give yourself a break.
Or just look out your window and just look
out your window. Jump rope. It's nice outside. Yes. Go jump some rope. You haven't jumped rope in years. Right. It'll help you. You need to do that. Now, you guys can use Zoom and have group chat, so that you don't feel like you're just stuck in the house. That's just true. With the people in your house, or just with yourself. Instead of inviting people over, because you don't have a tester in your house, you can't test whether somebody has the virus or not. So why don't you do group chat?
Yes. Or you can do Facebook chat.
Yeah, Facebook chat. Put them in a room and in your chat box, and y'all start talking. Do things that way. You can feel very good about that. We used to make fun of that when we were. I know. But you can do things like that. That will make sense if you did things like that. Yes. Of course, I've got grandkids, and my grandkids are always around, and they know I love them so much. But I always ask them, did you read today? Did you do math things today? I'll be in the house. I'll say, Junior, did you read today? Did you do math today? Or what did you do today? Or what kind of games did you play today? Just engaging them, getting them used to having conversation, and also self-expression. Being able to express themselves respectfully, of course, but I want them to get accustomed to being able to say that freely. So if you have any thoughts, I want to hear your thoughts, and I want you to contact us. Come in for a session. When I say that, I mean you can come online with us. If you call my number, 240-383-4800, my staff will connect you to a very secured line where we can engage you and work with you through and help you navigate through certain circumstances and situations, emotions, and feelings about this. I'm going to come back online. We're going to really begin to deal with what God says about anxiety. We're going to deal with anxiety, and we're going to go from a clinical perspective, but also a very biblical and spiritual perspective as it relates to anxiety, because people have it. Yes. And so we're going to deal with that anxiety. I'm also going to be dealing with hypertension because you can go on, you end up on dialysis with hypertension. So that has to be addressed. We cannot be so concerned with COVID-19 until you forget that you got hypertension.
And just eating anything. You can't just
oh my God, anything. You guys are eating everything. Oh, that's what I want to take before I go. Listen to me. Now, you can research it yourself. Soda, eating white flour and things like that is just like drinking a can of soda. Yes. Eating a bunch of stuff is like drinking a can of soda. You can shut your immune system down for a couple hours. And that means that any disease can get in there when you shut your immune system down. You can suppress your immune system drinking sodas. Stop drinking your sodas. Okay, you need to put some water with some fruit in it, or some lime in it, some lemon in it, some grapes in it. I don't care what you put in it, but stop drinking all that soda because you're shutting your immune system down. And then y'all went in the store, and I see you got baskets full of potato chips. Y'all got all kinds of stuff. I seen all kinds of candy things in your basket, and I'm like, how you get quarantined with candy and potato chips? You're shutting your immune system down. Did they not tell you that? Can I tell you that again? That should not be a part of your diet right now when we're trying to build up our immune system with fruits and vegetables and 50 milligrams of zinc, D3 vitamins, of course, vitamin C, to be able to do that. Make sure you're gargling with not just Listerine, but use like water, warm water and vinegar, warm water and salt, warm water and lemon. You want to get all of that mucus and phlegm out of your throat. Because it could become dangerous for us now. You don't want to get it into the lungs. You want it to go all the way down to your stomach. Let the acids of your stomach deal with it. You want to get rid of that. You want to get rid of that. So you want to start doing that. And if you feel anything of a cold, anything of a flu, use the over-the-counter cold and flu medications, Theraflu. Take care of that right away. Do not let your immune system drop down that low. And drink more hot liquids. Teas, coffee, things like that. I like to drink also warm water with just lemon in it. So I do things like that, and I don't put any sugar in it. I drink everything without sugar. And I'm gonna tell you how I started drinking black coffee. This is so funny. I dated a female doctor who drank black coffee, and I was just looking at her, and I felt like, well, she's a female, I'm a male. I can take it to the head. I could drink black coffee, and I started drinking black coffee. But we had started having conversations about, she was just this health nut. I mean, really. Yes. Really, really healthy. And so at the time, we were trying to integrate nutrition into psychology. Yes. And so I learned a lot. I've learned to be a very studious person. And learning from others, and so I started doing that. And now sugar, sugar is not an issue for me. So you got to start somewhere. That's the main point. Start somewhere and start doing that. All right. Remember what I'm telling you. 240-383-4800. You can get us on a secured line, and we will definitely do face-to-face on a secured line, or you can come into one of our group chats where we'll do it. We're going to be doing table talk in a group fashion on the internet, so you can come into there. We're going to help couples because they are home with themselves, and they've got to deal with the fact that they're home with themselves. Yes. And how do you live with a mate that you really only been seeing in passing, and then you got together and did the little funky thing every now and then, but
the funky thing.
you guys have been growing this way more than growing that way, and so we're going to talk about what does it take to have a happy marriage. We're going to talk about that, or happy relationship. We're going to talk about that. Remember, happiness does not go away. It's a score. It goes all the way down. It feels like 0, and then it comes all the way back up. But it's just a score. It never goes away. But we're going to talk about how to have a happy relationship, happy marriage. We're going to talk about things like that. So you're going to enjoy our next segments that we're going to be having. I want you to stay tuned to us and stay very close to us, because we're going to talk about those things. I hope this segment today has helped anybody that's in the house and you're dealing with yourself. Yes. And you're in the house and you're dealing with another person. Remember to dance. Remember to read. Yes. Remember to sing. Remember to do group things. Remember to reach out to a person. Do not stay in the house and feel depressed. Reach out to someone.
That's right.
Call someone. Remember to laugh.
Yes.
Remember that if you sit and watch TV, you're going to eat. You're going to be grabbing for food and you're going to be big, okay? So you need to cut your time of watching TV. Do not lay in that house and just watch TV. You got to pick up some other activities.
Yes.
It's a great time to rediscover you by thinking about what you think about. Pay attention to your feelings, to your thoughts. And Lord, I've got to talk about this rumination thing. When you're in a house like this, you will ruminate over past hurts, past difficulties. You will ruminate. You're going to have triggers.
Yes.
When you do not tell another person to get over it. That's harmful.
Yes.
It's disrespectful. It's not right. It's unprofessional, especially when preachers are telling people to do it. Don't do that. It's not easy to just get over anything. And you watched a video I've done already about rumination. There are steps that a person needs to take in order to free themselves from the consistent turning over of thought. Okay, that's rumination. And so we want you to look at that video that's already on my page. If you pull it up, it's a part 1 and part 2 about rumination. That's going to help you, because I've realized that people will sit in the house and they will ruminate about things that have already happened to them, and it'll put you in a prison, it'll make you depressed, it'll give you anxiety. All kinds of things will start happening to you. Make your stomach hurt, make your head hurt. All kinds of things will be going on. Cause arguments. You'll be mad at people.
Yes.
Because you have triggers.
That's right.
And somebody can trigger something in you. You don't even know you're dealing with it, but it will come back.
Yes.
So I want you to pay attention. I hope that the things that we're doing is very helpful to you. Please let us know. Hit the like button. Subscribe to us. Do something to let us know that we're helping you. And you know what I'm going to tell you. Please tell people that you believe God. All you got to tell them is, I believe God. And if you can hit the like button, or you can comment and just say, Dr. James, I believe God. I don't care, Dr. James, Archbishop John Paul, whatever. I believe God. You can do the very same thing, because at the end of the day, faith is what's going to help us. And we're really going to talk a lot about those things. But what I wanted to come on today, because I had so many of the clients, and I want to take my lunch break and be able to talk to you about what to do when you're home alone or home with your spouse. So we'll talk to you soon.